Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I had a phone call just before I wanted to press start. I got a phone call I had to take, so my apologies. It wasn't supposed to be on the disclaimer because of the disclaimer. But how's it going? Hey, Richard, how are you? How are you? How are you? Yeah, all is well. All is well here. I hope all is well with you guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm on the right stream. Yes, I'm showing this one. Yeah, yeah. Why am I having this? Okay. Let me add something here because I think I am missing some things here. Let me make sure that I have this on. Why is my times not showing? Why are my times not showing? Oh, okay, because I've been backtesting some things. And that's why it's not showing. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, guys. Yeah, I'm also very interested in a long. Also around that area, maybe a little bit lower. I was actually maybe thinking, let's see what it does here. I was already thinking like, does it want to go lower? But yeah, I'm watching this area very closely if it wants to go one more leg lower, or is it just fooling us that it wants to go lower and it goes back up? Because we technically we are in this 4 hour fair value gap. So, but I also think one more leg lower. But let's watch it. Let's watch it. Um. Yeah, I don't think it wants to go long from here. Um, I'll keep it on the 15-minute for now. So I was wondering, maybe because of, let's start a little bit later, then we have the lack of volatility is sort of like made up for in New York, right? So that's over volatile sometimes now. I mean, I like it. So maybe I think you can just get at that 1 hour that I used to start because there's so little happening lately. And then at the open, at least there's a little bit more volatility. Still not that much that I like to see, but it's still better than. So let's give this a try and then see these two macros, and especially the 4 o'clock, which is sort of my favorite in London time. If you can get some more out of it. Did anyone trade? Richard, did you trade yesterday? Did you do any trading in New York session? So we had a nice trade. We went up. It was exactly to 50% of a weekly wick. So we traded just before the open into that wick, took it down as well. Obviously I was already in this opening range gap trying to go to the 50%, but it didn't go there. So I actually terminated my short a little bit early yesterday. And it was funny to see that ICT, he did a review. He was sort of like did the same. So I was happy to see that because I feel sort of like a failure if I stop my trade earlier than I either not being stopped out or not going to my TP. But I sort of like, yeah, it's getting back and forth, back and forth. So it was a win. It was a W, but it didn't go here. It sort of like only went to midnight yesterday. I remember this was yesterday's midnight, right? And then it went back up and down, up and down. And at some point I was like, you know what? Because we took it from literally from here to here. And then I just exited and then I waited for a long. And then I got stopped out one time. And then later on I got back in. Um, So yeah, it was very volatile yesterday, very, very volatile, but it was still algorithmic, very clean. But man, a lot of back and forth. And I went in a long, I got stopped out. It went back to 160. Yeah, here. I got in somewhere here and then I got stopped out by this wick, but I got back in again and then higher. So yeah, one stop out. So two smaller W's at the open up to here, then short, but terminated a little bit early because I thought it would go a little bit lower, but back and forth. So we got out exactly because you can see how algorithmically it's using these levels, right? If you go on the lower time frame, it's very clean. It didn't go lower, any bodies. So at some point I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to go here. So maybe today, why I'm saying it, maybe today we'll go to mid range, right? So let's see if that might be. But I'm also sort of like Richard, wondering if this is the low of London. So I'm watching. I wonder if this is the sweep, just this one here on the 15-minute. So yeah. But I'm not in it yet anyway. But I'm sort of wondering if this is if also today in London we're not going to get this. Just keeping it in the back of my mind. Yeah. So see, it's I think I wanted to actually enter just before before I got on the stream, but I did not do it because I thought I have exactly the same thought as you have. But I wonder if we're not going to go any lower for now. Um, 0.5. Yeah, sort of like they're leaving this liquidity. So they took out that low. There's a little sweep of an older 15-minute. We have an order block further to the left. I wonder. It's sort of tricky. Damn. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I think the long is already. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm not so sure of that sweep. But I hesitated because of exactly that thought. I thought, yeah, let's bring it one more leg lower and then. We took out this. We're getting it. We started a new 4 hour. We're already going lower. Oh, let me quickly. I still have to mark my macro though. I forget to do that lately because I'm on a different. Here we go. 210. Okay. Uh, 255. Hey Marath, how are you doing? Oh yeah, that's a huge Asia range again. Well, yesterday was actually larger. Yesterday was about, I think, 400 points, and this is just 150 points, so it's not that large, but it did go lower. Creating liquidity, though. Not too bad. Yeah, I wonder if we're just if the low is in though. I just it just doesn't feel to me that I mean I wanted to see another leg lower as well. That's why I was saying that maybe that 50%, but on the other hand, I wonder if we're going even London is going to drive it back up. Hmm. Sort of like a difficult area to. Let's have a look at the higher time frame order blocks. Again, we went to midnight. We took out. We have equals here. See, we took out this one here, right? We took out this. Yeah. Took out this gap here. Or we're just going to consolidate here again. It's my curse, guys. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna consolidate here again because of this Asia range going lower. It doesn't matter what time I start. It does not matter. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. Um, did you trade yesterday, Mira? 258. It's a little bit too tricky to enter now because I can see wick lower, but I can also, I'm like, yeah, I would prefer to enter a long, but I think it's just better to wait. 4 hour looks like it's expanding, but we're already in a 4 hour fair value gap. But obviously it can go much lower. Um, Patience. I think patience is something that is really being tested now, and also some. Well, I must say because we have to really address it and being confronted with it. Maybe it's a good thing, right? Because you really start. I mean, for me, it's my biggest thing, so I really have to work on it and also um, be aware of what it's doing with my psychology. Major fun guy. Good morning. How are you doing? With a mushroom as a profile picture. I watched a series yesterday. Uh, it was with Nicole Kidman. Perfect Nine Strangers, something like that. She's like a wellness retreat something, and she she uses I believe mushrooms as well for part of her therapy. I'm also not convinced. No, I'm also. I had the same thought as you. I like, oh my God, let's do one more leg lower. And then I was like, oh, but maybe this is the low for now. Just building liquidity, going higher, and then maybe take it out in New York or accumulate. So I was sort of like, yeah. It's sort of one of those areas that I'm like, I really liked. I was looking at the 7.2 level to take as a short, and we are here. So that was, but I wasn't trading, and I really liked this level as a target. And then I was sort of like, okay, just reassess. And now we're here, and my initial thought was, yeah, one leg low and let's go. And then I was like, oh, but maybe this is it for now. But we still have the 0.5 of the opening range gap, which half gap was not reached yesterday either. So I don't know. So I'm not entering here either. Either I miss it, and then they'll have to wait for another trade. But let's see if it goes lower or not. So we're in a high time frame order block. We took liquidity, so technically it could be done. But on the other hand, yeah. Let's see. I just want to have a look at the 1 hour on this one here. Let me just move this one. Let's use this as to see if we stay above the midpoint or not. Hey, Mr. Chaos, how are you doing? How are you feeling today? I do like it. It is respecting. Oh boy, accumulation again. Well, the thing is, you're always right at some point, but the thing is, you have to be able to time the market. We hit what was very important when we opened up. We hit 50% of a weekly wick, so it wasn't going to be long for at least for a while, because when you hit 50% of a monthly or a weekly wick, you always get a very strong reaction to the downside. Now, it was tricky to the downside. It didn't go very easily, but the long took quite a while before it went up, right? I also got stopped out another time, one more time, because it was very treacherous. And then after, was it 10:30 or, let me go back quickly. I posted it. I got stopped out here. I entered somewhere here, and this wick stopped me out one more time. Here, 10:30. Yeah, around after 10:30 it went. So 10:15 macro. So here I got stopped out one more time, and then it was okay. But here, this was a weekly. This high was exactly 50% of a weekly wick. So we traded it up to this wick, and then we went short into actually aiming for this 50%, but it never went there. So we just traded it up to here. I got out early. I closed the short a little bit early because it didn't go here. So I'm sort of waiting now, hoping that we go here now today. But then again, it's still not going. Oh, okay. I'm cursed, guy. I feel like I'm cursed. Every time I start streaming, we go into accumulation. I'm almost starting to think it's personal. I think the trading god is testing me. So we traded how many points? Yeah, I call this a small trade. Still 114 points. We had a very small trade up to here. This was just, so we traded this. It was a very small trade. 30 points and then 100 to the downside. I was actually aiming for this, but we didn't get it. So we got out. I think we got out somewhere here. I believe there was also 15, that 1 hour CB that ICT talked about. That was again gone into that. Was it, which one was it? 2 o'clock. He keeps on using that one for some reason. It was at 12 a.m. Let's see. Thursday. Where are you? I think it was this one he was referring to. Was it? Are you? I think he was referring to this one continuously. It keeps mentioning the time. It keeps mentioning the time. Price went into it. Boom. 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 Okay. Buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side. So this is balanced. Looks bearish now, right? On the 1 hour. Yeah, and it was very volatile as well. I mean, in the review, so I also felt very uncomfortable staying in that short at some point. So I exited my trade short earlier than it was still green, but I did not wait for TP or for stop loss. And ICT did the same in the review. So I was really happy to see that because he said it's very well. He always says it was very there was manual intervention, like he said. I said okay, well that makes sense because it felt like it, right? There were a lot of wicks back and forth, and then it went all the way back up, and those ranges were so large when in at the open. So it was not. It was very volatile. The lack of volatility we have in London, we get in New York Open. So it's really not really weird if you're struggling or if it's like really. It's just not an easy market. It's just not. You really get to pick your poison and your it just also feels for me that there's less opportunity for a proper trade or to really to get in on the right time and just so yeah, and I did okay in New York though, but it was not easy. I mean, I was just before the open to that 50% of the wick, and then we took the short down, and then I waited for a long after 10 o'clock, but I got stopped out once, and then I got back in. So it was overall very good day still, but not easy. And also that London trade yesterday, that was really hard work. You just have to work hard for your money. But that's okay, we don't mind. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I still, it just feels like there's more manipulation in between. I said it yesterday as well. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's just like, it feels like they just added a few layers in between before it runs to, if you have like an idea where it's going to go, it just feels like they added a few layers in between before it runs. So more manipulation, I would say. Is that the proper? So that's how I feel it. There's just, everything is just more manipulated. So I guess that's manual override then. I don't know. I don't have enough experience. I can only go back into my journal, what I have been doing, and look, okay, this is different, but it's just too little to really put my finger on it, I guess. Hey, Mr. Liquidity, how are you doing? Yes, it was a good trade. Well, you know why it was a good trade for me? Because the waiting, the patience, and the having only 6 point stop loss, and being able to read the market that we would come down one more time, and it was a 350 macro literally again that saved the day, right? Yeah. But man, I was exhausted afterwards because of the because we had to wait so long. But yeah, but it's just not easy at all. I really, when I'm journaling and I write down my emotions, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really, it's really it is also like I said, if I sit through accumulation a long time, I lose focus a little bit for some reason. Even though I like, I love the AMD concept, so you have to be able to, A is very important for your AMD, and as a distribution trader, we love the accumulation. I, generally speaking, let the manipulation move go, but I think in London I should try to trade a little bit more. But yeah, we need AMD, but there's so much A nowadays. There's more A than M and D. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. See, I don't trust this short. I don't trust the long at the moment. It is again no man's land. We are in no man's land again and accumulating. If I start the stream at 4 o'clock, they will do it at 4 o'clock, I think. Okay, what do you guys think? Yeah. Um. We have to wait. I'll do a poll with you guys. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. It's 3:13. London just opened. Yeah, I agree. I think they're all. It's now more like the liquidity is being saved for New York, right? So the lack of liquidity we have in London is being saved for New York session. So it's literally just building liquidity for um, the session. But I think there's still moves, but it's so you really have to be on site with that one trade, right? Um, like for example, I believe again Asia was then the better trade. But then again, I don't want to be in this. But if you're trading Asia anyway and it's going lower, just, did anyone trade this? I mean, it's going lower. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're creating an order block. See, it's long. Okay, let me do a poll. I want to do a poll with you guys. Poll time. Um, let's do up to 4 o'clock, okay? Up to 4 a.m. Eastern. Bullish, bearish, accumulation. Okay, let's go. No, ma'am. Tuesday PM session is always less profitable for me. Okay. It's always good to know, right? When you have, when some days are better than other days. Richard, is it, you mean it's for a long? This is what you want to see for a long? Wednesday Asia range have hurted me in the past, so I simply avoid. Yeah, if you start noticing patterns and you see that you're not doing well, it's very good to be aware of those, right? Yeah, I for me it was at some point the NFP week Thursday. I was like, oh, that was just always when I lost accounts, and the second worst day for me is 10-year bond auction. I don't know why. It's a yellow folder news, but there was a pattern there. Yeah, another sweep, and now waiting for structure to break bullish. We have a 1 hour OB and a 4 hour busy supporting us. Thirty 18. 17. I don't think it's going to be a long, a far, a lot of expansion to the upside because it's not really. It's just an order. We're just forming an up close candle for continuation, I believe, for later on. So I'm not really. I think I'm more interested in a short later on. So I just wonder. This is just an. Let's see if it comes down a little bit. I think I'm not gonna. I'm not interested in a long. Um, this bearish candle. One, two, three. Yeah, it's just, we are limited. I think it's just a limited move, to be honest. Now, let's see. Can go up to here. See how we behave at the end walk. I'm gonna close the door. Oh, this fucking rooster. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, that's my door. T-bills are a thing. Yeah, I don't know. It was something I noticed because I had no idea. And one time, I think it was a Spaces or something, or on Kids. Some I can't remember. And ICT mentioned it, and I never because I always used to draw out the when I would journal, I would make a print screen of the news because I was just okay, I don't know if it might come in handy later on. I wasn't really sure what I was looking at that time, but I just made sure that I had all the news. And then he mentioned it, so I went back and I was like, okay, let me look back. And then I noticed that when I saw though that 10-year bond auction, that was actually also one of my worst days when I had more losses in general. So that's how I found out about, because otherwise I would never look at those yellow folder because it's just yellow folder. But he said something like, "Oh yeah, when I see a 10-year bond auction, I don't trade until 1 o'clock. I don't even look at the market." Okay, it's a really weird time as well. 1 past 1. Okay, interesting. But it's yellow, so I'm like, okay, well, it's a yellow folder, so I never gave it any thought. But when he said that, I was like, okay, let me go back in my journal. Let me see. And then, okay, interesting. So, okie dokie. 324. Mm, should I start positioning myself or not? 0, 0. I'll wait a little bit longer. So we're creating liquidity here, equal high. So we're just creating liquidity. Let's see, wants to go down lower. We have a little gap here. So I'm waiting for this. I actually want to see this start failing, but let's see if this starts holding or we reject here. Okay, 3 o'clock. We are below 3 o'clock. I'm just forming. See, on the 15-minute, we're just accumulating here. We do have a devil's mark here, I see, with a little gap. Yeah, I'm not interested in this area. I'm just gonna wait till the next macro. This might just go back and forth, back and forth. It's for me low probability a little bit. We see we have a gap here. 131, just 20 points. This is a 20-point range max. Close my door. CEO 29 wickless 5-minute bearish candle. If Japan is really going to do it, then India and other democratic countries in Asia will follow the same procedure. I will join in 15 minutes and going to nearby. Okay. So polite. I like that. Am I looking for a long? Yeah. Well, I said when we saw, I think the low of the London might be in, but I don't like. We might be capped here, so I'm not interested in this long, because it's just very short trade for me. I would rather wait until the next macro. I think it can reach into here, but I wonder how much higher it wants to go. See, I think we're capped here. Maybe I want to see if we're. Pa, 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 pa. 330. Nasty move. Nasty, nasty move. Oh, let me see what you got. Bullish 83%, bearish 17, accumulation 0. Okay. Well, that is a large move at 330. Wow. How many points was that? 50 points in a few seconds. Yeah, I think it's continuation short. I just don't like the market. It's a little bit too, I still think we can go here a little bit. So I think we're stuck in, this is just an area of I just try to stay out of accumulation areas. I can still see it maybe go here, but I just don't want to be stuck in this bullshit. This is for me really low probability. We did not even hit that 15-minute. See, we still have this one here. It did not go here. Yeah, I'm just, even if it goes here, I'm just gonna let it go. And maybe I really want to see this being hit before going short, but then again, it might not give it either, right? At 4 o'clock. I'll let it just futz around. Let's see what we get at 350. I hope it makes one more, just one spike up again. Or are we already going lower? You bloody bastard today. You are nasty, It's 4 o'clock. Is it already a short? Did I miss my short entry now because of you? Hmm. Let's see. Yeah. We're gonna have continuation to the downside. See, we formed the wick, and now it's continuation. Damn, it's hard to enter. I'm not positioned. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Is there earnings, Mr. Chaos? I never actually look at earnings, to be honest, but I think it's good to know. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, so we're still on the 4 hour, still distributing to the downside though. But I still, it's hard to enter here for. I really would like to see this area tagged in before entering a short. To be honest, we're just again accumulating. So because, and it's very hard. You cannot trust those PDRAs when they form in accumulation zones. Sometimes you get fake. There, at some point there will be one that you can trust, but a lot of the times they're just fake, and they'll make people think it's a long or a short, and then it just goes back into the range for a while. So, I'm just wondering if it just creating liquidity for for later on. $29.29. It's 40 points at the downside. Yeah, I like the downside, but I already missed my entry. 29.29. I like this area if it goes lower, but I would really like to see that it hit this area here, but I don't think it's going to do that. I think it's just going to go lower. No, we'll see. $29.29. Tricky area. Let's see, might spike up again. So everybody not thinking, oh, it's a short, let's go short, and then they get their faces ripped off again. Longs getting screwed, shorts getting screwed. Oh. I am waiting. I am not going long or short. If it goes lower, it will go lower without me. I'm just gonna wait. Mr. Chaos, what earnings are coming? Do you happen to know by head? Accumulation. Du, 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 du. Pa, pam, pa, pa, pam, pam, pam. Google is today. Okay, and Tesla as well. $43. Okay, let's see now. Okay, let's see. We can get back all the way up here. I want to see it go back here. Like I said, they're gonna rip. It's. I want to see 129. Let's see if we can get there. It's just V-shaped recovery. 345. 345. One hour, 15 minutes. And time, time, time. When is it time to really make the real move? Let's see, what time is this one? 22:30, 1:30. We already did that job. Mhm. Okay. Hmm. Guys, I'm not touching this. I'm not touching this. I don't know if you guys see that it's not normal price action this. It is wicking, it's going back and forth, it is fucking everyone up, long, shorts. Um, this is, in my opinion, low probability environment. I'm staying out. I don't care if it makes a small move. I'm not risking anything because, yeah, it could go to this yellow line, but it could also go up to this little 15-minute imbalance that I saw here. They're both valid. It's just a wick. You could just wick up. I would favor this one, but look how it's moving back and forth. It already fucked up the longs on this side. Now it's fucking up the shorts. Um, if you want to trade it, be my guest, but 349. From I like this level, but it's just not worth it. 40 points up to here and then get effed over, so it just might not reach it again, right? So that's what you see happening a lot when it's sort of like when there's manual intervention. They just don't go to these levels. Like I said, they add layers of manipulation in between. Yeah, it's nasty, Richard. It's really nasty. And I can see all the trades that you are taking, but it's also like very it's, you know how it feels to me now that they're just creating this range and they're just sort of like extending the range and then they accumulate it within the range again, right? So we are aiming for this. This is a very nice level, but when are they going to hit it, right? They could go very close and then go back up again, close, back up. Like, and it's the same with this level to the upside, right? On the 15-minute, it just, they're just leaving all these things behind. Like, yeah, okay. I don't trust it for one bit. It's very annoying. Well, it can look good, but look how it's behaving. It can look good, but you have to look at how the lower time frame, how it's printing and what it's doing, and it's just save your mental capital. It's very important, and sometimes you let it move. Just, I mean, for me, it's just like I would rather let it go than thinking, oh my God, it's going to go there, and just take a trade, put on 50, 40 points, take 20 points risk, for example. I think, and then get still stopped out. It's just not worth it. If I can frame a trade over 200-300 points, I would do it. But not if it's just, my TP where it might be here, and then I'm like, yeah, what's it just makes me, I have to work for so much risk. And let me put it that way, so much risk for so little reward. And most likely I will be stopped out because it's going to wick most likely up again. A lot of people are thinking short now, I think, and it's a valid level. I totally get it. 350 macro, yeah. It does it a lot lately. Maybe not today. Is anyone in a short? Jamie, yeah, I look at mostly I look at all those kind of levels. Yes, I do. Sometimes I forget a few, but for now I think these I'm still using the opening range gap levels because we sort of like didn't go there yesterday. The 0.5 level that you see right over here. It matches with some other confluences, so I still think this is a valid level to it's also 29,000, but look how it's just not going there, right? It's like inducing people to go short, they're inducing people to go long. Richard, the moment we got on and you said, yeah, I want another sweep, and I'm like, yeah, I got this, like, yeah, I want that too, but how it was already printing, I was like, yeah. We got that sweep now, but still, it's just not. We got a sweep, but the long is sort of like also played out already because we swept this, right? We wanted the sweep because then we had these equal highs still above us. And then I thought we could go here. But that's sort of like, it's also not an interesting level anymore because we have this now. So now we really need to see it go lower first in order for it to get interesting. But again, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't need to go higher anymore. We just need to go, it needs to go here. So most likely we're going to just accumulate more time here until it's ready to maybe make a move. But it would be nasty if it would go higher again and go here and then go lower. It is an option, it could do it, but I mean, I don't know. It's very nasty. I hate it. I don't want to touch this. It's good to know when to stay out. You don't have to take every trade, right? You have to be picky with your trades and be okay with it. And sometimes you miss a move. But I do journal. So what I do, even though I don't take a trade, I do look afterwards. I go, okay, what happened? How long was the accumulation? What was respected? What was not? Where would I have been fooled? How many times would I have taken a trade? Because I'm thinking, I'm also like, okay, would I take a trade? But I just don't like how it's printing, and I just stay out. and you get more comfortable with it. Because most of the times your gut feeling is right, and sometimes you just miss a trade. It is what it is. I think we're going to go up here again, 2099. Yeah, but we did actually mitigate. Well, we hit it in the same London, the midnight session. We're using the same one again today, right? Because this one, I mean, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Ooh, sneezy, sneezy. I don't sneeze a lot here since I moved here. Okay, so this is the London session we used again yesterday, right? So we didn't go lower. And you can see it's being used again. Sort of. You know, we tapped here into it and we didn't go higher yet. You see there's no... We went... This candle went through it, 3:30, below midnight. So I only think that if it goes higher, it's only going to be a wick on the higher time frame. I don't think the bodies will go higher anymore, but I just think wicks could go higher before we go lower. So that's why I don't like it. I don't think we're going to get a body closure above this anymore before we go here, but there could be a lot of wicks in this area above midnight, let's say, so to speak. That's what I think, but at least until maybe 3 o'clock again, we can see a wick. So on the higher time frame, it will be up and then go back lower again. So trading is a solo game. Yeah, it is. You have to have your own trade plan, but it's nice to have a community and suffer together, right? Like days like this. But it's a solo game, I believe. Okay, 4 o'clock printing. Hourly candle. So we most likely create the hourly wick maze. Let's see what it does. So we could go back into this fair value gap here on the 15. Go here and then go lower again. There we go. Mr. Chaos, I agree. I try to be positive. I try not to say it, but Yeah, I would rather not be in a trade and watch it and tape read and get some levels for New York. But yeah, I try not to say it because obviously I try to keep a positive mind. But yeah, lately, well, you guys know my point of view. But it helps for not being in a trade in price action like this. This is just not, I mean, it's if you understand what price is doing and you see the manipulation and the low probability, I think that's a win for me. Understanding what the market is doing and understanding it's just not, the market is not ready to make that move, most likely. Also not in this bloody macro. I mean, it already left enough algorithmic signatures for me to say, nah, I'm not gonna do anything. F you. It already gave me this. And I'm like, I gave it back. I said, okay, whatever. Whatever. You need to, I mean, it's sort of a win if you understand the FU algo. I consider that already a win. Don't expect too much. Just stay out. You're not losing any money. You're not losing any mental capital. I'm just saving myself and try to be part. I'm trying not to say things like, "Oh, it sucks," because I do think it. I'm like, oh, but yeah, again, I start 1 hour later, and I'm like, yeah, there will be one good opportunity at least at the 250 macro and the 350 macro because we left 1 hour, we started an hour later, and again, it's actually worse. So I'm just trying not to. I'm, try, I'm just trying to see the humor of it, I guess. But it's frustrating, guys. I get it. It's frustrating. But then again, we also have to realize that if there is a lot of A, the move that might come, the more accumulation we have, the nicer the next two moves are going to be. It gives you a more manipulation. The bigger the manipulation move, the more distribution you will get, right? Technically, that is how it works. Not always, but so I'm always trying to think positive. Like, okay, let it accumulate. That means we'll get a nice manipulation and then a nice distribution. So we wait. I wait for mostly. I try to wait for the distribution. I try not to trade the manipulation, but sometimes it's hard to identify it properly. But yeah, so that's all we can do and identify your areas where you feel comfortable trading. This is not an area that I feel comfortable with, and I just don't like it, so I just stay out. I'm not even putting a paper trade on, as you can see, because it's just not worth it. It's not worth anything. Okay, let's see now. So, like I said, I don't think we have really, we are, I think it's just going to go up to go down. So that means very fast action, but I could be totally wrong. So I want to see a quick, maybe up to here. And let's say this BPR is going to hold price down and then wick up and then wick lower again. So we're going into this 15-minute fair value gap. But hey, listen, we still have this one here. I might be interested in a short when we really get up to here, maybe. But again, I need to see how if it can get up to here, because if you're in an area of accumulation, it can easily go back and forth, right? So we can have larger candles going up and down. Well, let's see if this holds price down and it goes to this 50% level. Man, this is a horrible area. Um, Nasty area. Oh, anyway, I guess New York might be more interesting. It can't get worse than this, right? We have to see positive. But it's sort of volatile, but it's not really. It is sort of volatile, but just within a range, right? It's just creating another range. Range, range, range. Rangy. Let's skip London and meet up in New York. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna stream and do what I need to do and see it as just looking at levels and getting some intel. But then again, I totally get your feeling. I totally get it. But just, I mean, it's also important not to get in. I mean, for me also, like, I try not to let it influence my focus or my mindset, because a lot of times it used to happen. So I just try to be objective towards it and just try to stay out and just observe and be okay with that. But the thing is, when I'm just observing in London and there's no opportunity, I get a little bit more aggressive in New York because I didn't do anything in London. So that's also something I have to be aware of. Okay, let's see. Let's see. But I know New York is just easy. I mean, I do very well in New York. So I don't know. It's the volatility. Sooner if you're wrong or right, right? That's the thing. If you're on the wrong side, you get stopped out very quickly. Okay, let's see. Small market maker model, a mini market maker model, buy side, sell side, buy side. Let's see if it tags 3 o'clock and goes lower again. Or are we going to go up to that yellow line finally? See? See how powerful we're just going to go up now. Okay, 10 past 4. I wonder if now we're going to get the move to the downside. Like I said, we wick up into this, no bodies, and then we go lower. That will make sense. Let's see if the market is going to make some sense now, but we still haven't gone here though. I like the speed. I do like this. 29,000. But yeah, I would rather wait for the market and have a pre-market prep and like a little bit closer to the open, have a little bit more intel. Like this just play out and let it do its thing. Still respecting the order block sort of, but it could easily fail and go one lower for a high time frame order block. The order block is still holding though, but you can see how it's a little bit tricky. I don't know if I like the short either. Yeah, there's nothing I see that I really like in this area. It's too risky for me. It's just, there's no edge for me, you know. I want to put on a trade, but I favor the downside. I favor this level here. On the other hand, I wish it would have gone a little bit higher here. But that means it really needed to go through here. But it could easily still, I mean, I just don't, it could still propel higher from here again. We do have a bunch of order blocks being created, so they could fill, obviously, but they also could, you know, be used. Relax, take it easy. Now that song is in my head. Relax, take it easy, yeah. Relax, take it easy. There is nothing you can do. What's the text? Relax, take it easy. I think that's a good, it's a very, now the song is in my head. Relax, take it easy. I think they say there's nothing you can do, right? Relax, take it easy. The lyrics. But there is nothing that we can do. Relax, take it. Blame it on me or blame it on you. It's as if I'm scared, as if I'm terrified, as if I'm scared, as if I'm playing with fire. Um, it's actually pretty. I mean, if you draw the line to trading, took a ride to the end of the line, where no one ever goes. Well, that's not really. Ended up on a broken train with nobody I know. But the pain, the longing, the same when you're dying. Now I'm lost and screaming for help alone. Now I'm lost and screaming for help alone. Well, that sometimes feel maybe if we blow up an account, right? I'm lost and screaming for help alone. Relax, take it easy as I'm scared. Oh, there is an answer to the darkest times. It's clear we don't understand it, but the last thing on my mind is to leave you. I believe that we're in this. I believe we're in this together. Don't scream. There are so many roads left. Well, that's a good one. Don't scream. There's so many roads left. So if you go to the left and it doesn't work, you take another left or another right until it works, right? But blame it on me, blame it on you. Well, there's no one else to blame than yourself when it comes to trading, right? Is it the Eagles? I'm just looking at the lyrics, but I think it was someone else who sang it though. Who was the artist? Relax, sung by Micah, 2007. Micah. Relax, take it easy. I can't sing well, so I'm not gonna do it for you guys because I will hurt your ears. I will hurt your ears. Man, there's nothing to do. I really don't see a trade, guys. I wish I did, but um yeah, it would be nice if it would go up to this level. But it's not doing it right now. So it's a nice day today to go to the beach, have a nice walk, long walk for me. I haven't done it for quite a bit. So today will be the day. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we have, so today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a no news week, most likely all week long. So it's not going to be, it doesn't mean there's not going to be any trades, but I guess holiday season started, right? And, but then we can't complain about volatility though, because in the New York session, there's a lot of volatility, but it's not easy though. I think we really have to be pickier with our trades in this time. And maybe next week is FOMC, right? So maybe for this week, be more picky. Not every day is a trading day. You also have to accept that as a trader. I found that really hard in the beginning. Also, not having days without no trades. But sometimes it's just not there. It's just not. Well, I mean, if you get more picky, you look for specific things, right? Normally, there's always one. I mean, in all fairness, I must say, maybe the day before NFP, there might be, but even on those days, there's always one opportunity, I believe. It hasn't really happened a lot that I have a no trade day, a full day. It could happen that I took a trade and then it just didn't work out, or it was a very small win, and then I took another loss and then I stopped, but I still took a trade. But that really from the beginning, that okay, I don't see anything like this, and it stayed all day like this, and I don't try. Hasn't happened a lot. And maybe one, I think maybe in this year I did have one day that it was no trading day for me. That was actually one of the first times. I don't really see anything. I think one time that happened. So, but a lot of traders that do really well, if you hear them, they don't trade every day. They are very picky on their days. But I don't know. I don't have many days that I. It's either a losing day or it's a small win or break even. But I generally do take a trade to just try or something. But I should get more picky as well. Funny how can you still do the kid jump? You know, the happy jump. I tried it on my walk. It was harder than expected. Funny how lows the ease things we used to do as a kid. Yeah, well, you have to. You know, I found a really good YouTube channel that goes into exercise, but it's like really very how basic your body, because sitting obviously is very bad, but she goes into how you, if you sit like the Asian style, like, you know, you go down on your both your feet and you really sit very low, and you need to be able to get up, and it's very simplistic exercises, because if you use your mobility you get old, right? But there's actually very simple exercises to actually we need to keep doing to, and you don't need to actually go to the gym. It's very interesting. I think I shared the video here, but yeah, I mean, yeah, if you, yeah, you just need to sort of like try to get that mobility. Like you can still make those same moves as you can do as a kid, right? Yeah, Mr. Chaos, that last sentence. Funny how I'm like I have no idea what you're actually writing there, but I think I get the picture. It looks like you're drunk. Funny how we lose. Oh, lose. Yeah, lose the ease. Okay, no, I get it. I get it. Funny how we lose the ease things we used to do as a kid. No, I got you. I got you. It's actually, it makes sense. Lose. Yes. LOSE. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. I got you. If I pronounce it, I see it. I don't know. I'll try the jump on the beach. I'll let you know when I get back. Okay. I'll try. You know, if I fall, it doesn't matter on the beach, right? You know, we have these washed up trees as well. It's a beautiful beach. And sometimes I try to balance over it, but then there are shells growing on it. So it's like old wood because there's a lagoon and we have like a forest behind. So sometimes trees, they fall in the ocean and then they go into the river in the lagoon and then they wash up again from the ocean. But sometimes they they are old and they, but if you do that barefooted with those shells, it sort of like hurts. But it's a good practice for me to try to, because some areas are really narrow. And yeah, see how it's making its way up again, right? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? So this is the point I wanted to make. Like when you are in accumulation range or it's forming, it's very hard to trust those. You think you see PDOs, but they are short-lived, right? They do give a function, but very short-lived. Um, the question is, how long will they keep up with this, or what will be the objective, right, for it to be done? I really like this area still, and maybe even here, but man, I'm so cursed in London. It feels like it feels almost personal that every time I do a London stream, it's just hardcore accumulation. It's like, yeah, you know what? You try to fool us. You are just, you're streaming an hour later. We're gonna give you another hour, or we're gonna give you hardcore accumulation, not normal accumulation, hardcore. We're punishing you for starting an hour later. It really feels, because I thought, oh, I'm gonna avoid it now. 1 hour later, maybe a little bit of accumulation. No, 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 no. Hardcore. Doesn't matter. No, I'm just talking about the power of three accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I mean, I mean, it doesn't take an Einstein to see we're accumulating, right? I mean, this is, look at the 15-minute, this is just an area of, there is no distribution, we're just going back and forth. It's just widening the range of accumulation. So it could, at first your range is this, we go a little bit lower, and again, we are just accumulating within this extended range now. So. And even on the 1 hour, we probably have a few candles. Yeah, we might get another one or two. Let's see. Oh, well, I hope it's just one. I just don't hope we're going to get something like this. This was bad too. When was this? This was, oh, remember this one as well. Tuesday. Ooh, how many hours? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this one is still holding. We're still holding. Strong little boy. What's the area that I marked here? I can't remember. I marked an area that 50% is holding pretty well. I don't even know what I marked here. That is actually, what the hell did I do here? What is this area? I marked this area, but I have no idea what I marked. Must be from yesterday or something. I need to write it down. What did I do? Here to here? I have no idea what I did. It's working. I hate it when I do that and I don't write it down, and then it's sort of like I had another screen and I marked something and we hit that yesterday exactly, and I'm like, what was it? And then it's like 3 or 4 days old. And then I go back into every time frame. I'm like, I can't remember. Just don't see. But look how beautifully it just respects this. I have no clue. This is 12. What is the low? You know, I have some things that I use, and then I just um, 9, 9. I really have no idea. Must be time based or something. 12. Man, I need to write it down. It's impossible for me. It's don't have it here. I don't know. I'm gonna take it off because I don't know what it is. Um, well, we still have previous day low below us, right? That's at 29, just below, above 29,000 level. So it's still, I mean, um, we've got equal highs above us. We got that. Both levels are interesting. So I guess the thing is just let it play out and see which levels it goes first. And let's hope that New York is going to be a little bit more interesting. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it. I mean, it can't get more boring than this, right? But be careful. You never know. 429. Even the macro didn't go to this level. Interesting to see. Well, anyway, guys, yeah, I don't think there's much to do anymore. I mean, I'm not going to put on a trade anymore now. It's 429, almost 430. It's going to let this play out, and I am very hopeful that we will have a nice New York session, or nicer New York session, because there will be more volatility, and I guess there will be more movement. It also will be more clear. I do think it's going to be more bearish than bullish, I think, for the time being. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump. I'll let you know if I like anything else. Like, what else did we do as a kid? I love jumping on a trampoline, by the way. Um, it's really nice to do. It's really, I think there's still a lot of fun. Look at this going though. So let's see if it goes to that. Look at it going. Pa pa pam 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 pam. Okay, it's got some power now. Let's see. I really want to see if we can get into that yellow box, but we really need some good power to do so. Yeah, you know, guy. I mean, it's I'm gonna watch it when I get back from the beach. What it did. Um, it's not that interesting anyway, and yeah, just stay safe, guys. Just be aware. It's still it's just an accumulation range. Um, I guess just take base hits if you want to trade. Just don't expect too much. Just be careful. At some point, it will get out of this range, and then we most likely will get a nice move. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see. So no trades for me today in London. It is what it is. And if I look at this, I really don't regret it. How much did we? This is how many points? 90 points. Yeah. Um. Okay, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow, London. Pre-market purpose. I'll see you at 8:50. And I wish everyone a nice day. Touch some grass, and we'll see you. We'll see each other again soon. Oh yeah, I know. I don't really mind chaos. I don't really mind. I mean, it is what it is. You should never force a trade, right? If you don't feel comfortable, you just don't take it. But it has to have a good reason, I think. But yeah, I don't feel any pressure, so to speak, because I love you guys, and I know it's you would rather have an honest trade than something just fake and just try just for the purpose of trying on the stream, right? Yeah. So we just try to keep it real. It doesn't mean that it's also I don't feel any pressure to take a trade, but I'm also feel 100% comfortable being wrong with you guys. So but then again, there's just nothing for me to do. I just don't like this area. So okay, guys. Hey, Richard. I hope it works out for you. Yeah, I hope it works out. I'll catch up with you guys later, and I'll see it. I'm just gonna go for a nice walk, clear my head a little bit, and yeah, I think it looks so strong. But then on the other hand, I just wonder if it's gonna stop again at the end walk. But then again, I still like this area as well. But we'll see. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait until pre-market prep to take a trade. But yeah, I hope you make it. I hope it works out. I'll hear it afterwards. Okay, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you later or tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.